Hema is gone. We have learned a lot about the masked men known as Revolution, and for a second time in as many weeks, a pro wrestling legend has been left a bloody mess on Thursday night in Louisville. We want to hear what you think about it in the OVW Nation. Welcome to the OVW FanZone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Tony Bryan. I'm your producer, announcer, and I am the voice of the chat room. And now, please welcome the OVW podcast broadcast team.
Oh, my name is Jack Minogues.
I'm Brian Hines.
Tonight we get into all the lingering questions after last week's OVW Rise.
Then we have something special for you guys. We had some guests stop by, and we played the newlywed game with soon-to-be-wed OVW stars Amazing Maria and Maximo Suave.
Plus, you know us. You know what it is. It's a Wednesday night, 7 p.m., OVW TV, FanZone Live. We've got predictions, trivia, and your questions and comments right here for the next hour.
And a little something special that we haven't done before, but we've talked about for quite some time, and I'm really excited. And Max, this one's for you.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We'll also, if you are so willing to jump into the OVW TV YouTube chat room, Tiny Brian, of course, is in the chat. He's reading your questions. He's moderating the chat. Any of your questions, comments, concerns, complaints, requests, put them there. We will address them live on air here. And make sure you tag at OVW Podcast in the comments so that we see it. And super chats, of course, as always, go to the top of the chat.
Yeah, that's how that usually works. What are we going with? Are we going to go straight to the news update?
Let's go with the news update.
All right, I think that sounds good. The biggest story from this past week that didn't happen in the ring was new air conditioning is on the way to Davis Arena.
That is a big story. It's one of the hottest stories of the summer.
Yeah, it certainly is. Thanks to GE Hot Point.
I think that joke and me by proxy have been hanging out with you for too long. But
yeah, you definitely have, because that was a me joke for sure.
GE Hot Point is not only a proud sponsor of Ohio Valley Wrestling Weekly, but they are helping to provide some of the new technologies being implemented in the air conditioning division of Ohio Valley Wrestling. So we're looking forward to that.
Thank God for that.
The ticket rollback, Brian Hines.
Yes. In case you haven't heard, all summer general admission tickets for OVW TV are just $10, and reserve seating is just $15.
And I think that basically knocks about $5 off of the price point of each tier there.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Summer tickets, the action never stops at Davis Arena. The action never stops at Ohio Valley Wrestling. Summer can be kind of a easier time to come in and buy those tickets on the fly, right? You know, you don't necessarily have to worry about driving ahead if you and your family, you and your friends have something to do this summer. Go and take advantage of the discounted tickets from Ohio Valley Wrestling.
School's out if you have kids, or if you're in college. Means that you've got a little bit more time for these sort of things. This is the perfect Thursday evening getaway.
Yeah, and I mean there's eight different campuses just in the city of Louisville alone. So maybe some of you kids up there with nothing better to do before you get on the TikTok, or before you get on the internet, before you get on the Wikipedia, how about you go out to Davis Arena? 44
Arena?
Arena.
That sounds like a disease.
I actually had that. It's a couple of pills, and I've been wearing condoms ever since. Up next, Brian Hines.
July 2nd, 2024, the Tuesday tradition returns for a Tuesday evening taping of OVW at Davis Arena, and that show is free. That will cost you $0.
$0.
Come see what it's all about. Come see the in-ring action. Come meet the fans. Come hang out and talk to us. Tell us if we're doing a great job or if we're doing a horrible job, or you just come up and say,
We're there most weeks.
You guys? That's you? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We're there most weeks. Say excuse me as you're trying to get to the bathroom, or you're trying to get a slice of Wix pizza. No, that's a great opportunity not only for the OVW faithful, but for newcomers, for people that have been curious about the product to come out. That show on July 2nd, Tuesday, is free, as you said.
And that would be episode 1299.
Of course,
if
yes.
my math is correct, and that would be the perfect time to just come see what it's all about. Come see why we do this show on Wednesdays and we do the podcast that drops on Mondays and all the interviews and stuff.
See why people have been so faithful to OVW. See what all the hype's about.
And that would be the perfect time to do it because next week, July 11th, the following week, is their 1300th episode, and that's 30 years on TV, right?
30 years on TV. Well, 30 years. I shouldn't speak so quickly, but 30 years as a organization.
30 years as an organization.
Which in wrestling, I mean, does not happen. Like, even over the course of wrestling history, North American wrestling history, 30 years is a long time to exist.
Yes.
A majority of that, I would say, has been on television. I know that that's one of the reasons that WWF ever got, associated with OVW in the first place, is they had local television already in place. That's an incredible legacy. It's an incredible time to celebrate that July 11th show back on a Thursday night after the previous week's Tuesday night. Be a great time to celebrate 1300th episodes. I know that OVW knows its history. OVW is excited to celebrate its history. I'm sure that 1300th episode will be no different. Any tickets can be found not only for Davis Arena shows on whether it be a Thursday night or on the Danos National Tour that we'll talk about in just a moment. It can be found at ovwtix.com.
That is correct, yes. And here before too long, Podcasters, the Unofficial Wrestlers After Show, presents Wrestlers Watching Wrestlers, the OVW Podcast's unofficial Wrestlers Rewatch, which will be Jackman Oaks and myself, and probably Tiny and PS.
Well, PS will be behind the counter.
He'll be here. I like to include him because he doesn't always get included on all the other things. So I just want to make sure that you're down for this. You good? Okay.
His disembodied hand will be on camera. I can promise that.
I'm sure that Victor will be there for that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all four of us. That remember when we did Podcasters? That is
that was all four of us.
I might be sick that week.
That's every week.
It's every day, brother.
And we will have guests with us who were actually on the show Wrestlers to go through and watch it with us and talk about what they were going through in the middle of what we saw on the Netflix series.
And not only people that you saw on camera, people that you didn't see on camera, providing you that ever elusive backstage point of view on what you see on camera, right? That's why we're here. That's why any wrestling podcast exists at the end of the day, is to get into the mental of the wrestling industry. So maybe we'll be able to orbit that sun a little bit on Wrestlers Watching Wrestlers.
Maybe.
We'll see. Look forward to that. We are the OVW Podcast. Here's a great time to plug it. We are the OVW Podcast. Jackman Oaks, my colleague, my friend, Brian Hines. We host a show at OVW Podcast on all your socials, all of your streaming. That's our regular thing that you can catch up with interviews and reviews of the weekly shows. But this show here on Wednesday nights, the OVW FanZone Live, is just that. It's just for you. Please leave your comments, your complaints, your questions, your requests, anything OVW related in the chat tonight. Our great producer, Tiny Brian, will relay that to us quicker than a hiccup. And I guess before we go here to our first break.
And just to be clear, our other show, the OVW Podcast, that is unofficial.
Fully unofficial.
But tonight we are official.
Tonight is kind of special. Here's to good friends.
That's how you can catch us. That's how you can catch us on OVW
TV
TV tonight. Let's do these OVW tour dates. And we'll ask you a question that you can leave us responses to in the chat before we take a break.
Okay. OVW tour update. If you happen to make it to a show and you take some great pictures that we aren't able to attend, post them online in the FanZone and tag us or send them to us, and we'll post them for you, and we'll give you credit, just like Wesley Brocky did over the weekend at that, what was it, Third Turn Brewing?
Third Turn Brewing, yes. That's
and in Louisville this past Saturday, that was a couple days after the Davis Arena show that we saw last week.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much, Wesley. I was out doing some yard work, and then I just got a couple notifications. I thought, I wonder what Wesley's got going on today. And
how many times do you have to charge that electric lawnmower before you got through the whole yard.
2 times.
Yep.
And that's just for the back, kids.
Yep. Crestwood, Kentucky, June 8th. Wait, we've already passed that one.
Yeah, that was this
oh
past
my,
week.
Oh,
so,
my goodness, Tiny Brian. That's a demerit.
Look, you're going to need a time machine for that one, but I hear it's so worth it that you should probably defy the laws of physics to get to it.
I don't have
1.21
gigawatts on me.
Well, we'll come up with it.
I do want to add one
you don't know
that's not on the list, though. They are in my hometown of Danville, Kentucky, my hometown, essentially, of Danville, Kentucky, all this week. For the Boyle County Fair. So if you are in that area, pay your price of admission to the Boyle County Fair. Go get a big turkey leg that once gave me huge case of botulism, and go watch OVW all week long.
Is it officially OVW or is it other promotions featuring OVW stars?
It's OVW.
I don't think so.
Well, I know today Amazing Maria has a match with Hollywood Haley J.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Not OVW.
That's not OVW.
That's different.
Go support your local indie wrestling.
Hey,
yes.
I'm fine with that. Let's just call the spade
That's fair. That's why you're the producer.
Okay, moving on, kids. This coming Saturday, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, June 15th. Next Saturday, London, Kentucky, June 22nd. OVW pay-per-view, Independence Rage at Davis Arena, June 29th.
That is shaping up to be such a huge pay-per-view, Brian Hines. We'll delve into why later in the show.
Here in a bit, yeah. But to round out the rest of the dates that they've announced so far, Phoenix, Arizona, July 20th. Las Vegas, Nevada, July 21st. Cheswick, Pennsylvania, August 10th. Cincinnati, Ohio is now rescheduled for August 16th at Riverfront Live, unless I have heard otherwise. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, August 18th, OVW pay-per-view, OVW Fight Night at Appalachian Wireless Center in Pikeville, Kentucky on August 31st. And
Big
finally,
show,
Des Plaines, Illinois on September 7th. All tickets are available at OVWTIX.com. And to speak to your point, he's totally right. The show at the Appalachian Wireless Center or Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville is going to be a huge night. Max and Maria were here talking to us last night, and they were at the Pikeville Comic-Con. Was it last weekend?
Oh, gosh, I couldn't tell you.
And they were talking about...
Tiny Brian, he's from Pikeville.
He is.
Little known fact.
Almost any other time, he'll be the first one to tell you, except for when we tell you first.
Admittedly, I did it 3 or 4 weeks in a row, so I thought at some point I got to give it a rest.
Now it's our job. Now it's our job to let everybody know. But no, to speak to your point, Max and Maria were
in awe.
Obviously very excited about that venue
and
the possibilities of that venue and filling that venue with OVW fans, both old and new and relapsed and new time wrestling fans and casual fans and hardcore fans and just fans of good wrestling in general.
So we do have a super chat.
Oh, do we? Yeah.
So Coco sends $2.
Thanks for cutting me off. I wasn't sure where I was going with that.
Sends $2 to say Tiny Brian is always right. Malachi, you can confirm that is what the super chat says.
Hold on,
Malachi.
Hold on, I got $2. Let me get in the super chat to dispute that. Malachi, what's it actually say? That's what it says?
That?
Oh, okay. Well,
and who's this from?
Well,
I'll definitely I'll definitely be out there.
ITOKOZAKO. It's a Coco. I think.
I beg to differ, but I appreciate you chiming in with your 2 cents and $2.
So yeah, I really appreciate it. Not that you'll help me; they still won't believe me, but it's fine.
I can cite examples that I won't get into here of times when you were less than correct or accurate.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. We don't have to
rehash that now. But what we will rehash here, guys, is that we like to ask you guys a question every week. Last week, the question was if you're watching Tulsa King. We asked 3 different options was yes, I will now that I know that Cash is in it, and no. The overwhelming 2 options were yes, I either already watch it or yes, I will. So it looks like Tulsa King is going to get a huge boom from Cash Flow's involvement. But we do have another question related to that. And I think that this is actually probably something that we should do in general, because I think it'll be fun and a little different,
Sure.
is do you guys think we should just watch Tulsa King and take like 5-minute recaps every week? It's one episode a week. I think that'd be a lot of fun, right?
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. You know, I'm more into TV and film than I ever have been, and I have a live microphone in front of me, so I can say whatever dumb thing comes to my head. But I hear Tulsa King is a great show, and I think it would be fun to watch it and get everybody in OVW caught up for Cash Flow's arrival in the show. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Let us know if you guys would enjoy that type of content. Also, let us know in the OVW fan zone.
Yeah, this one's pretty serious, kids.
Who do you think should challenge Crixus first for the OVW Heavyweight Championship? We have 4 options there, Brian Hines.
Okay, so would you want the veteran Jack Vaughn
That's 1.
to challenge Crixus first? Would you want certified Luke Curtis?
That's 2.
Superior Tony Evans?
That's 3.
Or Shotgun Tony Gunn?
The best there is.
You're looking at the best there is. He'll tell you.
Before we get our fans' responses to spark the conversation, to spark the debate, who's yours? I think we probably have the same one.
Oh, that's tough. Just off the top, gut instinct, I'm going to go with certified.
Me too. Not only do I think that's something I really want to see, I think it was foreshadowed a couple weeks ago on OVW's television, so I think it's the right choice. It's the right choice. Right after this, we'll be back after a very short break. My name is
Well,
Jack.
we're going to go to Maria, and you want to set that up?
We're jumping into Maria.
Yes.
We're
Gonna take a
gonna do
break.
this.
When we come back, we will be joined by amazing Maria and Maximo Suave, who
And-
play a little game of the Newlywed
Newlywed
Game.
Game. One of the traditions of the OVW Fan Zone Live. You might notice that you and I were wearing something a little bit different. Don't question that too much. Maria and Maximo were great guests. We'll be back after.
Oh wait, hang on.
Oh, we got
another one.
another
this
super
time
cheesy?
it's $20. Same guy. Let me rephrase. Tiny Brian is never wrong. So
Isn't that?
I'm. This is not me. I'm not behind this. But we're gonna go ahead and go to. But I had to interrupt.
Listen, bro, for another $20, Tiny Brian will never be wrong ever again.
That's very true. So this is going to be pre-taped. So we'll be back when this is done with more OVW Fan Zone Live. But enjoy.
Thank you.
This is Wes Sparky, and we're in the OVW Fan Zone. Please join.
I'm Sarah, and I'm with the OVW Fan Zone.
I'm Christian, and I'm with the OVW Fan Zone.
Hey, it's Boys of the Valley, Eric Cornish, and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
Welcome back to the OVW Fan Zone Live. I am Jackman Oaks. This is my friend, my colleague, Brian Hines.
Hey, kids, you're still with us? Good.
We're joined today by Amazing Rio and the Reconcensation Maximo Suave.
I'll take the reconciliation.
I'm sure you do.
I've been led to believe that might be the case. We're going to play. You guys are getting married next month. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we
So excited.
We like to play the Newlywed Game. We've done this once before with Luke and Layla. It was a lot of fun. This one's going to be a little different.
So here's the question, though. Did they get a lot of the same answers?
They got a perfect score.
They were 5 for
Really?
5.
Maximo, move your mic in for you a little bit there.
Oh, sorry.
Let the people hear your lovely voice.
I'm sorry.
That's
Peppermints.
No peppermint.
So they got 5 for 5.
They did,
Yes.
yeah. They were softball questions,
Oh,
though. Like, what's your favorite TV show? Because we just kind of made it up on the spot. Actually, Tiny
gotcha.
Brian has hooked us
Yeah,
up
I
with
went.
some.
I googled Newlywed Game questions and
Ooh.
took
is
the
gonna
first
give me-
results. So
gonna
here we
give me
go.
some heat.
Deep research.
Yeah, this one might be a little different than the last time because some of mine are a little more open ended than the reveal questions. But we're gonna have fun doing this.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's
we'll
get
have a
it.
good time.
Do you want to go? You want to go first? You go first.
Okay. Let's see. This is a question that I would ask people in general, but since I have the both of you here,
Sure.
would your spouse rather be able to make themselves invisible or travel through time?
So invisible or time.
So you would write down
What he would
what
do.
he thinks.
Yes.
Yes.
So wait, Do I write?
You write down what you would do.
What
you
you-
write down what you think she would do.
Okay, so I write down what I would do.
Yes.
Okay. Me?
And then you guys have to
And that is time travel, or what was the other one?
invisibility.
Invisibility.
Perhaps with an invisibility cloak. I had one of those once upon a time, but I
Or
haven't seen it around in a
Alright.
while.
And reveal.
I want to see.
It is time travel.
He wrote time travel.
for the record.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
Off
I need
to
a bell.
good
Ding, ding,
start.
ding, ding.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have one.
Heart just raced out.
Hold on.
This one, we actually, this question here, what was your first fight about? If you guys want the answer to that, you can find it in our feed on tomorrow morning on the OVW podcast feed.
That's right. We heard about that and quite a few other
Quite a
things.
few other things. But
Some of them are, most of them are PG-13. However, some of them are not.
Oh, they're not.
Viewer discretion advised.
I want to ask,
Yeah.
Maximo, you will write down
What I think.
yes.
Okay. So
What
when you
would-
say our name, sorry. So like that, she understand. When you say somebody's name, it's the other person's responding to what you think.
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
I
Got
got
you.
this.
So Maria's predicting and Maximo was stating.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
picking up what he's putting down. I got this, hey?
Okay.
What
Okay.
what would your spouse say? Well, I guess actually this one is for Maria, technically. But I want your guess on it.
Okay.
So, what would your spouse say is your bra size?
Oh, so we
So
want.
I want you to
Maximo
write
to
down
guess.
Right, what it is, and he has to guess what it
Yes.
or what
thinks it
he
is.
would say it is.
What he would say it is.
Yeah, because
But I write down what it actually is.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that under the flirty questions?
That is under the flirty questions. Yes.
Okay, I see.
So this is what it is. Just
Okay. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
You're over there trying to do boob math.
he is. He's like, listen, I know I can do this,
Because you guys have been very
but
upfront.
oh wait,
up,
let me
what?
let me put my joke on here because
I got it.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
All right.
But this is my actual bra size.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
So
Here you go.
34A and hey, aw.
Oh.
So my actual bra size is a 38B. Oh. But I always say I have an A and an aw.
look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
Look
That's
at
actually
that.
that's
Okay.
great. Yeah,
that
Good
counts.
That's
job.
That's great.
I didn't find out what my actual bra size was until I went and got measured, just because I was like, oh man, my bras are really tight. I got fat, y'all.
I hear that's a common problem.
Yeah, I
that-
got
that
fat.
happens.
That's what happened.
I don't even know what bra size I wear these days.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Well,
been
that's
so
the thing.
long.
She never told me her bra, so she always tells me, "Oh, I got an A and an
Oh,
aw."
I wish I was an A.
So see,
But then I put
Got
on
it.
weight, so now it's like a full B and like a B minus.
but I was right.
Two for two. 2 for 2. Brian Hines, question is yours.
Okay.
Let's get Maria predicting.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I wanted to ask a dirty one because
Oh, please.
because I
Save
know
it.
that I know that they like to do the dirty
You?
stuff. So,
No.
but what's yours?
I wouldn't have expected that at all. Okay. So, say that again now, Brian. You want?
Let-
He wants
let
me to
Ma-
predict
yeah.
what
Yeah.
Maximo would say.
Okay.
Because the first two was her, so now
Yes,
the next two
yes.
is for me.
Okay, where is it? I lost it. Okay. If Maximo could domesticate any animal and keep it as a pet,
It's a strange.
what would he choose?
It's a strange question.
They're all strange questions. He just pulled them at random off the internet. I'm just picking the good ones.
So yeah,
Okay, I
Pick an
have to.
animal.
I have to ask that.
Wait, now, so listen, this is just my joke answer. It's already written. But if he could domesticate any animal, is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
So that means it doesn't count like cats, dogs,
right.
chickens,
Not
because those are
previously
already
domesticated.
domesticated.
Yeah. Like a cheetah or an elephant or an Ewok
Or an orangutan. Or a fruit bat.
it's from Star
it's a
Wars.
Star
That was
Wars.
a joke.
It's a Star
It was a
Wars
joke.
joke.
I'm gonna say because okay.
How's an Ewok?
There you are.
That
So-
thing
They
that killed
eat-
Star Wars.
This is my joke answer right here.
Well,
just
it killed it in
because-
'86.
and then-
It kept coming back.
All right, so I would say he would domesticate only because he makes
Let's start with him.
he fun of them all the time. Go ahead. What would you domesticate?
Hold on, I got two.
There's a lot. The fact that this is taking
One is a
this long to
joke
write.
and one is my real answer. This is my real
Okay.
answer.
See,
Ready?
this is what I have too.
Lizard.
Let's show us the camera over here. Domesticate a big lizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the jokes is the monkeys.
Like the band?
Spelled like the band.
Oh, see, and I went the opposite. The joke is Cockzilla.
Well, he is already
I'm sorry. What?
You heard it.
Yeah.
and he would domesticate the gorillas, the monkeys.
The monkeys.
Okay.
See? Monkeys.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So we both had jokes. I said lizard because of Scarface. I flicked my tongue like a lizard. What'd you want, Cockzilla? That was great. I didn't even think of that one. Oh, that's
Why
great.
not? Because we were staring. Why are you staring at my cock?
Yeah.
So Maria,
We
this
looked at boxer shorts today.
Yeah.
what are
Yeah.
those?
Well, actually, it wasn't even boxer shorts. It was.
Boxer shorts. I thought you said bocce shorts. I
No,
was like,
boxer
oh,
shorts. But it wasn't boxer. It was actually just real
bocce shorts. They're
And it
avid
said-
bocce players.
Stop staring at my
No.
cock, and it had a big rooster.
It was beach shorts.
Yeah, beach.
Swimming shorts.
Swim
Oh,
shorts.
okay.
Swim shorts.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a great one.
So our answers were opposite but correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm going victory on that one.
Because we both said a joke.
The judge
but then the real
says-
one is monkeys.
Yeah.
No, that was the fact that you both got. There was a joke and a serious, and that they were.
And we got
reversed
the
is fine.
monkeys.
we got the monkeys.
I told you he would domesticate the monkeys.
I'm glad we decided to do this because I feel like we're really on to something, and I think that we can
We are
do
learning
something with
things.
So,
this,
All right.
this later.
This
but
is
yeah.
yeah.
The dirty one. All right. For
This
me.
one's not dirty necessarily, but it's muckraking a little bit. What is your spouse's most annoying habit?
Oh.
So Maria,
What's his most annoying habit?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Oh
then
my
And
God.
what would
God.
you say
Like
is your
hers.
most annoying habit?
I love how they both feverishly pull out the pens and start writing.
And
So
I
this
love
is-
that they are
And they
very
both-
careful to make sure the other one can't cheat.
Yeah, then they both kind of have this look on their face like, that
His
son
most
of a
annoying
bitch.
habit for me.
Oh.
Wait.
Mine.
Your most annoying.
Yeah.
What I think is your most annoying habit.
So that's what it is. Okay.
what do you think hers is though? Just while we're
Yeah. What's my most annoying habit?
while we're
Can you do me a
occupying
favor?
time. Yes. Oh, that's it.
I love her. You ever seen the meme where the guy's like, "Hey, babe, you need anything?" No, I don't need nothing. About to get in the bed. Can you do me a favor? It drives me. It's like I was just downstairs. Yeah.
Oh, so she waits. She does the thing where she waits till you sit down. And
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
Could you get me a glass of water from the corner store 4 miles away?
So I'm gonna say it's 2.
I only wrote down one.
Well, that gives him a double the chances of getting it right.
And reveal.
So what do we got here?
Shaking. Yeah. He wrote
Yeah.
the first. Yeah.
Oh, I said vape. Because you don't like
So the answer was shaking their legs. You
Like
guys,
a nervous twitch kind of thing?
it's a bad habit. I have
Bro,
I
no.
do the same thing.
This
man.
motherfucker's got restless leg syndrome. He won't admit it.
It's
I get
restless
it
leg
from my mom.
Wazamo.
He has
So I
restless
get it-
leg
I
syndrome.
get it
He
from
does
my
it in his
mom.
sleep.
I get it from my mom and my dad.
He wakes me up
So
in the
this
middle
That's
of
where
the
mo-
night.
That's
is
where
my
most
mom.
genes come from.
This is my mom. The way I shake my leg right here, that's my mom.
Yeah.
Bro,
When I'm eating dinner, I'm doing this. It's my dad. My dad eats
That's like a
dinner
full-on
that.
dance production.
Yeah.
While you're eating, you're
He's
over
getting
here
his-
like
getting his
dipping
cardio
food,
in every
he
you're
day.
shakes
dipping your
his
food in your
legs so
pop,
bad
and
in
then
the
you're doing
car,
this
he
number.
moves the car.
Yeah.
All right, we got time for 2 more here. We got
All right,
time
go
for
ahead,
2
go
more
ahead.
here.
Okay. Let's see. There's. I have to ask this one because I'm interested to see what you both have to say about this. You're shipwrecked on a desert island. Who eats who to survive?
So who's the predictor and who's the actual telling us what they really think?
Shit.
So Maximo or Maria will be predicting. Maximo will be telling
Telling us what he
tell
thinks.
us what he thinks. Yes.
Like who do you think? Would you eat her to survive? Would she eat you to survive?
Actually, that one's just kind of more open-ended. If you
Really?
want to just that one, a rare miss for
Wow.
you guys. Maria says I eat Maximo, and
Maximo
oh wait,
like,
so
no.
No, he said him.
You agreed that you're getting eaten. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
'Cause,
4-4.
We figured
You
out
would
Maria
think-
is the cook,
No, here's the
so
thing. No, you would think that I'm the one that's always hungry and trying to eat something.
That makes sense.
It's not every day. Hey, are you ready for lunch?
No.
Listen, I have low blood
So,
sugar,
in the
and I
beginning-
have to eat or I get headaches, and I'm fat. I love
So in the
food.
beginning,
happens,
yeah,
yeah.
in the beginning, she would wait for me to get hungry. Like, no, you're gonna starve because sometimes I'm just not hungry.
And if we
Yeah.
were shipwrecked on a desert island, I would eat them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's
Some
me.
fava beans and some chianti. And
Yeah,
Last
dirty
one.
one. Let's get that dirty one you were talking
last
about.
one here. Well, I kind of it's not necessarily dirty, but
It's not dirty, but
would you, Maria? You're predicting, or no? Maximo's predicting, right?
And she's stating.
And you're stating. Would you say that you married up or that Maximo married up?
Oh,
Ooh, divisive.
wow. That kind of stomps the old jewels there, kid.
Oh, I
She
know.
did
I know.
She did
I
that,
know.
that past Saturday. No, legit. We wrestled each other. She kicked me in the dick. It's not fun.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Here we go. And they said Maria's
Wow.
answer is he definitely married up, and Maximo's answer is I married up.
5
So
for
not bad.
5.
Not
Yeah.
bad, guys. Not bad on the newlywed game here.
6 for 6. Get it right.
Sorry.
Hey, before we actually go to the break here, I wanted to call a little bit of an
oh,
audible
did you say
because
you married up? Yeah. High five.
you guys definitely know each other. But I wanted to take just a moment because was a new guy revealed on Rise last week, and I know that you, Maximo, have a that you spent some time with him in New York, right? You guys were in the same.
Who?
Well, I wanted to get you guys to talk a little bit about.
Jamin Olavencia.
Yes, we
Oh.
were. Yeah, we weren't sure if it was Heyman. I wasn't sure what to do with that. J.
J-Man.
J-Man is very remarkable. Very remarkable.
Move your mic over there and tell us about it.
So I met J-Man back in, 04, 05? No, I started in 04, so definitely 05. So he was being brought into Buffalo for a company called Empire State Wrestling. So that's where I met him. Then he was like big out there. Now I don't remember if he was living out there or if he was living here in Kentucky, but he was very remarkable. Promoter, J-Man. I love J-Man, man. He's awesome. J-Man is awesome. But the promoter every time he's like, oh, we're bringing J-Man. J-Man is very remarkable. Very remarkable. But I mean, he had a great look at the time. He was anytime anybody wanted to talk about something, like, you know, a question, he was always willing to sit there and talk and give them advice and everything. Like, he gave me a couple of advice. And then it's funny that I don't see him, 16, 17 years, and now I'm at OVW, and he just walks through the locker room. He looks at me, I look at him like, what are you doing here?
Strange.
Yeah.
What is something that we should be looking forward to when we're talking about Jamin?
Oh, you're going to be entertained.
Definitely going to be entertained.
Definitely gonna be
Jamin was a
entertained.
great heel. Like, one of my favorite things with Jamin, like when he would come to the ring, he used to throw his arms out wide and he would like swing around like an airplane and say, Jamin Olavencia, just like, you know? And it was so annoying to people, but I love a good bad guy.
But
you
I
know what
feel
I mean?
with what's going
So
on now,
good.
it's going to be a little bit more intense.
Yeah, it's
you're,
gonna-
he's definitely going to get a reaction out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you plan to or not,
He's going to get it.
he's going to get it.
I get the feeling that we're on the verge of some really good storytelling this summer.
That's one guy I
Awesome.
want to mix it up with because we've known each other 20 years and we've never. Because when I broke in, he was already up here on the upper card. I'm just breaking in, getting little pre-show matches or battle royals. So like, that's somebody I want to mix it up with.
Sure. Well, thank you for the insight.
Oh, yeah, for
This
sure.
is the OVW FanZone Live. Maria, Maximo, thank you so much.
6 for 6.
My
That's
name's
right.
Jack
6 for
Minogue.
6,
This
baby.
is Brian Hines. We will be back right after this.
Yes.
Who did the right thing? Did you watch? Who,
Oh, yeah.
I want you to answer. What did I do when Haley had the fire hydrant? This is your time to redeem yourself.
Choose your words wisely, please. I'm in the middle and I'm going to get hurt if you don't.
You were the first Puerto Rican woman.
Wait, but what did I do? Oh, great job. What did I do? What did I do? The option 1 is grab the fire hydrant.
You did the right thing.
2, do the right thing. Or 3, all the above. What did I do?
All of
All
the
of the above. You're back in my graces.
You did it.
I'll
Good, you
bring a
did it.
crown for
All
you
right.
next time.
If you've ever dreamed of being part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment, make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
To all of the loyal fans of OVW, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
Engagement that we could get. This is the only night of a week that we are official here, is on Wednesday nights on OVW TV on YouTube. It looks like we're getting into, this is one of our favorite segments of the week here, where we both eat crow for being so wrong last week on our prediction results. Tiny Brian, our producer, our dear producer, do you mind to take us away here?
So this is predictions. We will start, hang on. So a little behind the curtain, while we were watching that great segment with Maximo and Maria, my headphones broke. So that is weird.
Malachi,
sorry for that sound break briefly there. P.S. Woodard, we messed it up, but it's fine. So let's get into last week's results and see how you guys did. Few matches last week. First of all, we had Hema versus Layla Gray. I think both of you kind of went with your hearts and your dreams and hoped that Hema would be able to pull it out. And unfortunately, the baddie Layla Gray kind of stomped on your dreams and Hema's career, and she is
her
now,
OVW career.
Her OVW career for now.
For now.
I fully expect we will see her back.
Yeah, I think that you put it the best way that you possibly could. Hopes and dreams. We said a few weeks ago that we were going to stop predicting on hopes and dreams, or at least I said that. It seems as if we have not been able to do that, or I have not been able to do that. Layla takes the victory here. Hema is not the champion, and Hema had to leave the company, unfortunately.
It's not without its confusion, though, because Tiffany interfered for both sides, and I still don't know what to make of that, but I'm sure we will learn more about that tomorrow at Davis Arena.
Tomorrow on this very YouTube channel at 7 p.m.
Yes. Oh, and while we're here, if you've not liked this, give us a like, guys, if you're in the chat room. Like us, and hey, go over and subscribe to our channel, OVW Podcast, while you're doing things on YouTube.
Anything you can do to interact with this feed is very, very helpful. To peel back the curtain. Tiny Brian.
All right. So then we had Hollywood, Haley J, and Sophia Rose as a team versus Tiffany Nieves and the Dream Girl Ellie, her own self. This was a split decision by you guys, with Behans taking Haley J and Sophia.
I believe in you too.
And Jackman taking Tiffany and Ellie. And, of course, Tiffany and Ellie did pull out the win in that match. So, Jackman, you get the point on that one. Congratulations.
Right scenario, the number one contender for the Women's Heavyweight Championship, tapping out Sophia Rose, tapped out Hollywood last week. Hollywood wasn't going to get tapped out 2 weeks in a row.
Nope.
But this continues to make Tiffany look really strong heading into her number one contenders match. So, this was the right decision. Great booking.
What a great match in general. And Roz was so good last week. One thing that while we're in this moment, I do want to talk about my experience, because you guys know I wasn't at Davis Arena last week. I had a little bit of a cold, and my fever started going up through the course of Rise. By the time we got to that final 15-minute marathon of a plan, like, in my mind, that thing went on for about 3 hours.
And that was just the Sudafed.
I think Hulk Hogan was there. I had kind of a fever dream. I think Sting flew in full crow get up from the rafters. Like
I said, that was just the Sudafed.
Yeah, the Avengers were there. Yeah, I was in a full...
was popping and locking.
Yeah,
in the center of the ring.
Absolutely. Alf, he flew by. It was crazier in my head is all I'm saying.
Hey, can we get into some of these predictions?
We can get back to it. All right.
Well, that's really about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything else...
Cal Hero in action, we had that. He won. Tustin Chains in action versus Flawless Jake Lawless and Dustin Jackson. I think that's the next big feud.
Yeah, I was surprised that...
I'm sorry, Shearer and Super Z faced Dustin Jackson and Flawless Jake Lawless. I think that's the next big feud between Tustin Chains. Tustin Chains took their victory. Shearer and Super Z, that was a disqualification because Luscious Lawrence and Omar Amir interfered. And as we get into this week's predictions, I think that you'll see... Dustin Jackson's right there in that prime spot for #1 contendership for his team in the tag team titles. So,
all right, so let's get into predictions. Yeah, this is for tomorrow. We know that there will be Sophia Rose taking on Angelica Risk. So, who do you got?
Sophia Rose. Angelica Risk and would lay down one hell of a whooping on that girl, but I'm taking Sophia Rose here. She just lost last week. One of the most beloved people, one of the most beloved baby faces in Davis Arena. She's got to get a victory back in the mind of the fans, so to speak. So I'm going Sophia Rose.
As vicious as Angelica Risk can be, and often
she is in fact one spicy quesadilla.
I think I'm going to have to agree and go with Sophia Rose.
All right, unity in the toasting team. Now we have the OVW Tag Team Champions Tustin Chains versus Tony Evans and Jay De Niro, presumably in a non-title bout. What do we think? Brian, let's start with you this time.
Yeah.
It's
tough, isn't it?
It is tough. And you put me on the spot by making me first. I usually go second, so I have a minute to think about
Jackman,
it.
you worked it out?
I actually don't. I guess kind of where my thought process is here is that we see this uneasy alliance going on across OVW in general. What does this actually mean for the individual matches that are inevitable to happen across that uneasy alliance? Tustin Chains versus Tony Evans and Jay De Niro here will be a great measuring post for how this alliance is going to end up working out. I don't. If it is a non-title match,
which we assume it will be,
or if it's a non-title match, Tony Evans and Jay De Niro. If it's a title match, Tustin Chains. I assume it's a non-title match. It's a Thursday night at Davis Arena. That's what we do. But I guess it is.
So
we haven't been booked into a corner here. We have not been booked into a corner here, but we have been booked into a very tight position, and I am very curious as to where all of this is going to go. Not just this match, but the uneasy alliance that we see, Team OVW, so to speak. So I don't know. I'm going to go 50-50 on this, actually. I'm going to take the...
So just pushing.
I'm gonna take
match will happen.
I'm going to take the politician's answer on this one. I'm going to give you a non-answer, yeah.
Okay, so you're both sidesing me. Okay, Brian, can you be definitive?
Okay.
There are great people on both sides, Tiny Brian.
This is what I think, just off the top of my head. I think Tustin Chains are going to win after a botched attempt at the loaded baked potato glove.
This is a ending that we know exists, like we know could happen, has happened. It looks like Jay De Niro and Tony Evans aren't as cohesive as they once were. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad prediction at all.
And you're sticking with your non-prediction on this one, Jack?
Yeah, just because it pleases me so much.
All right. So the next is a triple threat captain's match for the #1 contender to the OVW Tag Champion. That is a mouthful, and it features
Yes, it is.
the defender of OVW, Super Z, the bootylicious booty man, Luscious Lawrence, and Dustin Jackman, who is new, so I don't really...
Dustin Jackson. Jackman's my name.
That's right. Dustin Jackman would be if you teamed with him in a tag team
You still
scenario.
hitting that Sudafed?
Sometimes.
Are you swallowing it, or are you smoking it off of the back of an aluminum foil?
No comment. Let's stick to predictions.
All right, Super Z, Luscious Lawrence, Dustin Jackson. One thing I would like to say is this is like the captain's match. Like, does that infer that they're like the lead of the team, or is it just like, is that an old school thing that I'm not privy to, where it's just that's the name of the stipulation?
What it's a captain's match?
Yeah,
that is what the social media post said. Yes,
but it is a single.
Yes, this is a single just
three-way.
These three.
Yes,
and the winner their team becomes #1 contender. We've seen this stipulation in OVW before in the time we've been doing this, the podcast.
I mean, shit, this stipulation was basically on a WrestleMania like 4 years ago. So, for the big title, not even just for a #1 contender.
I'm not familiar with that term, a captain's match.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Is because captain would infer that like leader, right?
That would.
Oh yeah, it's a Lou Albano match. So, all right, so now you're making it make sense to me.
I'm glad we talked about this because he needs to come and go home with me because he lives in my bathroom, and so that's where.
Yeah, this should not be your bathroom, Brian.
This is not my bathroom.
Do you still play with him in the tub?
No,
he's just the Grand Admiral. He just sits there and observes all the boats.
He sits above the captain's chair.
All right, we've burned through enough of the clock.
And Captain Lou.
Super Z, Luscious Lawrence, Dustin Jackson. I'm going Dustin Jackson.
Okay.
Super Z.
That's the one I would have guessed.
I'm going Dustin Jackson, man. Okay, listen, Super Z and Mahal Shira. I'm very entertained. I do not want the belts on them. So let's put the belts. Let's put Dustin Jackson and Dustin Jackson and Jake Lawless versus Dustin Chains in a legit program together. That's what I want. That's what I think the people want, and that's what would be most fun for yours truly. It also would absolve Super Z and Luscious Lawrence from the tag division so that they could continue their journey with this new coalition of baby faces. Yeah.
Then we go to a women's match: Hollywood Haley J versus Dream Girl Ellie.
Haley J.
Pretty quick.
I'm going with Haley J.
She tapped out 2 weeks ago,
and I'm sure she's pissed and she's looking for revenge.
Yeah, she tapped out 2 weeks ago. Her team lost last week. Haley J.
So here's a question for you.
All right.
Does Dream Girl Ellie do the primal scream now that she's in singles action? Does she act more like the Dream Girl Ellie we remember from 3 or 4 months ago, or is she still? I'm the best.
I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks before we see.
So you think she's still coming out to the Bad Girls theme? She's still maybe wearing the coat during doing the turn. Maybe comes out with Tiffany.
Yeah.
So you think we're still in Bad Girls mode, Brian? Do you think we're still in Bad Girls mode?
I think we're still in Bad Girls mode, but I'm holding out hope that we get one good Primal Scream. Because if you haven't heard a Primal Scream in person at Davis Arena, watch out.
Well, you've heard it from about 2 feet.
I
need
have
to get
heard
that
it
on. We'll put that on the show next week.
Yeah, we need to get that. That's a classic clip from the OVW podcast.
All right, so let's close these out. Luke Curtis is in action.
Luke Curtis.
He's going to wear a robe.
He is in fact going to wear a robe.
He's going to wear a robe. It's going to be velvet, and it's going to have
what color?
Jewels.
What color?
It's either blue or purple. I'm going to go with the blue.
I'll actually go so far as to say he cuts a post-match promo here, if we're really making predictions.
Jackman, what color robe does Luke wear tomorrow?
I really like the blue one.
So we're both going blue.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackman, you're saying a post-match promo.
Yeah, I think it's time to get a nice showpiece promo from Luke Curtis. We saw one from Tony Gunn last week, who is, of course, in action next year on the notes. Tony Gunn, right? But I'm going to go Masked Men on the Tony Gunn match.
So you think Masked Men interference on Tony Gunn?
Yep.
Brian, you have any predictions? You want to join him in that? You got something else?
I definitely feel like, well, I mean, at the end of this, Al confronts the Revolution, so we are going to see what's left of the masked men and possibly even more masked men. I don't know. It depends on how big the Revolution is.
It is really important to note that there were 4 men that attacked the Babyface Coalition last week on OVW. 3 that were unmasked. There's a group of 4 where the masked.
3 have been unmasked.
But 3 have been unmasked, right? Right.
We still have 1 more person, and we do need to talk about who we think is under that mask. But before
there
we do that,
is-
a couple more things.
So Dalton McKenzie
and Big Beef,
Jamin
Olavencia.
Shame.
Olavencia. Shaman. Oh.
And we don't know the last guy.
Well, hold on. There were times when there were 5.
Yeah, I don't think there's just 4.
No,
I think this is. I don't think this
feel
is
like
over.
just because we've seen 3 of them revealed doesn't mean that that's just going to be the end of it. I feel like we are going to see another 2 to round out the 5 that we previously saw. Possibly more.
The 5th one might have been Crixus, and he just wore the mask, and that's what was on his paperwork.
Could be.
Yeah,
Could be.
that's he flew over here in
as a masked man.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. He showed that's what was on his.
It was under his
ID,
weird Roman helmet he used to wear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
think that losing the Roman helmet is in this gimmick change.
No, it's
was really
gone,
smart. I think that was really smart.
And the killed, as much as I liked it, we had a long conversation in the fan zone about what to call this new look. I like golden Hawaiian.
Had to kill any remnant though of what was going on before, and
Yeah.
he did a great job of doing that.
And he is, watch out for him. He is all over the fan zone. He will comment on your post and tell you exactly what he thinks, and he's probably a little annoyed when you see him.
So about Al confronting the masked men and their cohorts.
Yes.
He's gonna get attacked. He's gonna get bloodied up.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Does Al get bloodied up?
Yeah.
Brian?
I hadn't thought about that, but that is entirely within the realm of possibility and their modus operandi.
Mick got bloodied up. We don't
Doug
know who.
got
We don't
bloodied
know
up.
who bloodied up Mick yet.
But Doug got bloodied up.
But then when Doug gets bloodied up, that's during the same time we're questioning, did Carson attack Mick? But we see, like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We still don't know if Carson attacked Mick, but we do know that the MO of the masked men are to attack legends. Like, there's a genuine intrigue with what's going on right now. But my prediction is that we're going to see Al bloody.
Let me ask you guys something. And this is an honest thing, I can't remember off the top of my head. So we get to the end of the episode last week, and the whole OVW locker room is out there to confront the masked men. Was Carson Drake part of those people? Did he come to the ring with OVW?
The chat room can correct me, but to the best of my recollection, he did not, and looks like Jackman's agreeing with me.
Okay, that's what I thought. And we still have that one last masked man who seemed to be taller than the rest.
I still think this could be an NWA invasion. I mean, I still think that's more outside chance now than it was.
This is you're fantasy booking the NWA invasion in the way that I was fantasy booking inventing a women's tag titles just to give Charlotte Sayonari.
And we've confirmed that Carson was not ringside at the end of the show last week.
That's what I thought.
So
he was complaining to the concession stand people about how he didn't attack Mick Foley, though.
You literally heard him complaining to the rather feisty crew.
And that may be the case. That may be the case.
It was some marvelous character work.
Oh, just
to go with those pretzels.
So we're going to see more of that tomorrow. So we'll see if Carson can convince us.
So also Layla Gray speaks. I just think this is more set dressing for the
probably a little bad girls back and forth will come of it, and more
set dressing for the pay-per-view.
All right.
Yes.
So you want to take us to break? We do have a surprise when we get back.
Yeah. My name is Jack Minox. This is my colleague, my friend, Brian Hines. This is the OVW Fan Zone Live, and we will be back right after this. There's people out there that are saying hush, not at you, but with you.
I can attest that I have done that a time or two. And I got to say, one of the first things I remember about watching OVW at home for the first couple times, I was with senior producer Victor Anderson, and we would watch on Thursday nights, was you in particular, because you're the best person on the mic in OVW, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And that was one thing that we really just got, that really just hit with us, because we understood what you were doing and why you were doing it, and the reaction you were getting was the most entertaining spot on the whole entire show, week after week. So.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, a brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow, the wrestling brand.
If you've ever dreamed of being part of professional wrestling or sports entertainment, make that dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling, the OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
I honestly don't know.
Hey, my name's
what just
Mark with
happened.
the OVW Fan Zone. OVW Fan Zone! My name is Buzz Backlund, and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
Welcome back to the OVW Fan Zone Live. My name is Jack Minox.
I'm Brian Hines, and we are doing something completely different.
Yeah. Well, not complete. This is kind of on brand for us, eating trash.
It's kind of on brand for us.
I figured that would be the best thing for
we
it.
have
right?
we have talked about food several times, enough to get the attention of Dakota?
Several people.
Several people. But we sat down with Amazing Maria and Maximo Suave yesterday.
In our podcast feed, there'll be a full interview with them tomorrow.
That's OVW Podcast, wherever you find your podcast. Please like, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, baby.
One of the things that we learned about...
So Miranda did a super chat for $2.
Oh, hey, Miranda.
She's letting us know that there is a match prediction thread up in the OVW Fan Zone. So if you enjoy doing match predictions, you liked our predictions, go make your own predictions, and we'll look them over and we'll talk about them with you.
Yeah, for sure. We would love to do that. All the fan interaction we can get, and we love when you guys do that type of stuff for not only for yourselves, but it gives us tons of stuff to talk about and gives you a way to talk back to the OVW Fan Zone Live. So thank you guys.
So yes, this is something that Maximo mentioned in the interview that you can hear in our feed tomorrow.
Yes. Tomorrow you will be able to hear
Are you opening those hot dogs on top?
Okay, so they're different. I've never had Pepperidge Farm, but these are...
Hey, that's not a sponsor.
They do open on... Yeah, they don't really cut on the sides, do they?
No, they don't. I was surprised to see that. But yes, I am opening them from the top. One of the things that Max said that he enjoys to eat, one of his favorite things, is salsa dogs.
This is, I guess, he kind of implied, and you can hear him explain all about it and hear Maria's disgust with it on our feed tomorrow. This is something that he discovered,
when you're traveling
the guy's
a lot.
been wrestling.
Out on the road.
The guy's been wrestling almost 2 decades, and out on the road, gas stations, truck stops, not a lot to eat. So at some point, he came up with this idea to put salsa on top of a hot dog
I get it. Sometimes you got to improvise.
And
Brian never heard a food idea he did not want to try.
Okay, yeah, there are some that I do not want to try, but I'm willing to try this one because I'm curious to see how this works out.
In honor of our my dear close, he likes me better than he likes y'all. Close friend Maximo Suave. This is a salsa dog.
I forgot.
Let's dig in.
I forgot something.
You want me to grab it?
That's okay. We'll work it.
Nah, just get in there with my fingers.
Okay, then you go for it. You get that one. I got these over here, and we've got some toppings. You can't see it because they're behind the roaster. We actually use this roaster all the time. When we started this podcast, we did not work together.
No.
You had your job. I had my job. But
it was kind of a job. It gave me a paycheck. I
right.
didn't work very much.
You had your own paycheck. I had my own paycheck. But now we work together, and we cook quite a bit during the day, or at least I do, because that's one of the things I like to do.
Yeah, and then I just kind of steal it after he's done with it.
Pretty much.
Mel is... While y'all are putting that together, Mel says that slaw dogs are better.
Oh, a slaw dog. You cannot beat a slaw dog.
I've got
now.
slaw out in the fridge. This is just for display purposes only. We'll talk about the slaw here in a little bit.
All right, so I'm getting mine as Maximo described it here. Got chili, or not chili, I'm sorry. Got the salsa, got the onions, got the hot dog, the bun.
He made mention of
I'm
the
so
salsa.
glad we get to clear out of here shortly after you guys eat this. I do not want you guys farting up my studio.
Hey,
as soon as we get
PG-13.
out of here, I'm going to go take a bubble bath, if you follow me.
Well,
That's
it'll be
disgusting.
extra bubbly.
That's absolutely disgusting.
One of my favorite comedy lines
We're not.
of all time.
Are we still talking about farts over here?
It comes from Benny Hill, and it goes like this: eat a plate of beans on Sunday, take a bubble bath on Monday.
Anybody in the chat room have questions about this week's
I
episode?
do remember that.
Or air freshener?
I had to
air
bin.
fresheners?
No more fart jokes, all right?
You're a fart joke.
No, I'm about to make you a fart joke over
So
here.
you're putting cheese on there?
Yeah, that's how Maximo described it.
Okay, I'll put a little cheese on there.
I'm sorry, Tiny Brian. In the chat.
They're all just commenting on hot dogs versus hamburgers versus slaw dogs.
Here, I'll ask: is a hot dog a sandwich to the chat?
That's
an ever popular sandwich.
The hot dog is in fact a sandwich. Give us a taste test. I want to see reactions here.
Cheers.
This is the Maximo Suave salsa dog. Lots of chewing, some nodding.
You know, it's pretty acidic.
I mean, it has onions and salsa, and which also has onions.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. It's not that bad.
I only got like a little bit of the salsa, so let me take another bite.
So, I used to play a midnight trivia game, and the only thing to eat afterwards, and was thankfully located directly behind the trivia venue, was a Speedway. And this does remind me of something that I would have created at a Speedway after a marathon drinking session and a midnight trivia game.
I can see that, yeah.
Or if you had wrestled and then were driving 14 hours to do something else, and you were bleary-eyed at 3 a.m. and starving and a little crazed. Like, not saying that's how our good friend Maximo drives around, but
he will give you a stunner.
All right, second bite. Amazing. First bite, curiosity. Second bite, totally sold.
WWE fan guy, there has been some talk about actually getting an OVW podcast full belt made. We do love WrestleLink for making us our foam core belt that is right there on camera.
Yeah, this is really good.
But we'd have to get a real belt made, and then we'd have to find a reason to get Al Snow to let us actually contest it in that ring. But we're open to it. I mean, we'd love to do it. We'd love to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We love ourselves. That's why you host a podcast, because you love yourself so much. But I do agree with Brian's take. Al is a no-nonsense person when it comes to putting a belt on the line, making a story, putting someone even on his show. we would have to do a lot more work than the work we're doing now to dignify even Al thinking about us having a belt that was defended on his show.
Yeah, honestly, we think we're doing real well just to be able to be sitting here on this air talking to you right now.
Yeah,
honestly.
the fact that we get multiple podcasts out a week and we do this on Wednesday nights is about all the capacity we have right now.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna wrap it up right there. Last call on the hot dogs.
These were delicious.
Yes.
And
I would definitely eat this again.
I can't wait to eat some of that chili in there. I love a good chili dog.
Yeah.
So
I got us some Cincinnati chili.
Tomorrow morning in our feed, you'll be able to see our interview with Maximo and Maria. That is a separate thing from what you saw tonight. Completely different. Not 1 second of similar content.
No.
So make sure you go and listen to that. Tomorrow night, obviously, Davis Arena, OVW TV. Bell rings at 7:15. OVW Rise is off and running at 7 o'clock sharp. You have no idea what's going to happen. Neither do we.
6:15, Rise at 7 o'clock sharp.
That's what I just said.
No, you didn't. You said 7:15.
Oh, I did. Yeah, 7
Whoever
o'clock
said
sharp.
Brian is always right.
I am never almost
Yeah,
always
now
right.
you owe me $20.
Give each other $20.
Friday morning, we should have a new episode of OVW Podcast Overdrive, covering the last 2 weeks of Overdrive. Monday morning, you can find the OVW Podcast, where we will cover everything that happens on OVW Rise tomorrow. And then next Wednesday, we are right back here for OVW FanZone Live. We hope to get more of you on the air. We kind of filled this up with too much content and didn't leave enough space for you guys this week. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're learning every single week with this thing. So anything that you guys have to add, whether it be content or concerns, complaints, questions, comments, all of that stuff helps us so much. We're learning this week by week. Literally only an hour a week are we learning this. So thank you guys for sticking with us.
Before we get out of here, give us like the top 3 things that we didn't get to in chat. Just mention them.
Well, there's a delay, so it'll take a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, just find us at any of our social medias, our
in
website,
the FanZone.
OVWpodcast.com, in the fan zone. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us what we could do better. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Brian Hines?
Hindsight's 20/20. We'll see